Covering a couple of highlights that I know that happened to you, and just wanted to hear. You had to change your material from English to mostly English. Yeah. That you did in London for a week before Edinburgh.
Yes.
So you went to London to workshop material after you had workshop in India.
Yeah.
And within a week, you were able to translate everything?
Yeah, so I translated pre-going, but in London, I understood as much as I could translate here, okay? Because when you're on stage, you just want to say the line that gets a laugh. Okay. So a lot of stuff I still left. Then I went to London, and first 2 shows, I was like, not only do I have to translate the lines, which is still working, I have to set up context. Like if I say bus conductor, they don't have bus conductors. So now I have to explain to them. Not that they don't know the concept.
But the word might be different.
Yeah, and I have to build the idea. Like I have to tell them that we have bus conductors. This is how we feel about them. This is what the interaction is usually like. But that helped because that added more time to my show. So I was like, oh, in context setting, I can add jokes, then I can get to the joke. So it was fine.
When you were setting up context, did you go with prepared jokes, or were you like, I have a concept I want to wing on stage and see if that becomes?
No, for some things I prepared, and for some things I was like, I can wing it because this is inherently funny.
What's the difference between?
Yeah, I was fully winging it. I was like, you know what, this is inherently funny. I'll just say it and they'll get it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think you found your confidence in your own voice. Like, yeah, of course I'll do it. They laugh. I have these things prepared. Some things I can let go of.
It was very nice then actually because by the time we got to the Fringe, because I was not doing this process alone. Like here in India, Sapan was also doing it simultaneously. Exactly. And Biswa was also preparing. And then when we went there, we were all going through the same stuff together. So it was great. You never like stressed.
Yeah, I know. I kept seeing your posts and stories of just you, him, Biswa, Sapan, Prashasti.
Prashasti was not there. Prashasti and I went in 2023 just to watch the festival.
Correct. Oh yes, now I remember.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like you both went and I could see you in like courtyards and like lawns, and then I started seeing Sapan and I was just like, you seem like, aao, chalte hain. If anyone is interested, reach out to Urooj. She's looking for people to take to Fringe because she don't want to go alone because that's boring.
It's boring.
I think.
Boring.
Do you feel like there's a sense of community because you have other comics around, and do other comics internationally also have like a group of people that they're traveling with, or is it mostly solo?
No, for sure they have groups. Now, the UK people all have friends and they come like together and then they have producers and everything. And all of us also fully had a sense of community. Like Suhani was also there. She was doing her show, her mentalism show. And so took a bunch of Indian comics down. It was great because when Prashasti and I went, we were just watching stuff in 2022. We had a great time. We were sitting in the meadows, which is like the biggest park, and just chilling. But in 2023, we were having breakdowns in the meadows. We were crying in the meadows. It was me, Sapan, Biswa, and depending on how our show went, somebody cried in the meadows that day. So it was beautiful because we're sitting in this park, looking at this beautiful sky, and you're like, oh, mujhe ghar jana hai.
Doing 30 days of back-to-back shows is very different from anything you've done before, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell me how helpful that is? What the mental process of going from first day to 30 day? How does it evolve?
It's great. It's like it's also very like by day 12 you give up a little bit. By day 15 you get 1 day off. My day off was 15th August, and it was Independence Day. So I went to the meadows and I cried because I had a lot of feelings about country and patriotism also, because you're crazy by that time. Like, you can go in any direction.
Tell me what the first day is like.
First day you are like, oh, the 29 more days of this. No, because first day is also like first week is reviews week.
Okay.
So you're doing previews, and I think previews is like, I'm still settling in, so don't judge me too harshly, but a lot of reviewers come to watch and like get a feel of what the show is. And the thing is, review culture is not something me, Sapan or Biswa were exposed to.
Right.
So it's like, we are exposed to comment section culture. Okay? Comment section.
That's a review.
Yeah, लोग गाली देके चले जाते हैं या बोलते हैं good job, and you're like चलेगा मेरे को, like it's either very brash or it's like good job, we like it, or they buy a ticket.
Right.
Review culture, they try to psychologically annihilate you, or they love you and then they give you a review where you're like, I'm the best. So we were reading reviews and we were like this. A lot of the reviews, we would agree with somebody if they said something nice, or we would just hate them if they didn't understand where we were coming from or something, I guess. But doing it for 30 days, first week is getting ready for reviews, second week is settling in, third week is little bit breakdown, and fourth week is relief because it's ending. Nostalgia starts kicking in.
Oh.
Already you're like feeling like, oh no,
I'll miss this. And this show, how does that develop now that you're giving me the sense of your mental state? How it develops?
Oh, sorry, you were asking about that.
No, both. I was going, if you answered show, I would have asked you mental state. But clearly, you spoke about exactly as one should. Okay, David.
Show became tighter towards the end of the 30 days.
First week?
First week though, your show is sort of, I was settling in.
Okay.
But second, third week is when my show really became tighter, because in the day, when you're not performing your own show, you are watching other people's amazing shows, which I've written all about. And that is very inspiring. Like, I'll go see somebody who's doing something completely new, and I have laughed and I have enjoyed, and now I have 4 hours to my show. And I'm like, maybe I should go write right now. And then I do.
Inspired, okay.
And I write something new. I write new lines, or I think of a gag, or like I think of something they did that could probably translate into something else in my show. Like, if I see somebody taking long pauses on stage, okay, and then finding the humor in that pause physically, I can be like, oh wait, I have a space in my show where I can take a pause. I don't need to do the exact thing they do.
Exactly. But like, you immediately go like, why am I rushing through this? They're taking it slow. Let me try doing it slow.
One day you're like, I'll do my show a little bit angry. I just saw an angry show.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, okay, my full show I can't do angry, but this bit is nice.
Yeah.
So it's like you get to try your show in different ways depending on what you watched, and it makes you think in ways you never would. So I think all of us really improved our show. Sapan also, he will talk about it himself, but he added a few gags in his show that he would have never done. He told me this if he was doing this here, because he was in a festival setting watching other shows, he added gags in his show. Same, I also added some gags in my show that I would have never thought of.
Doing so many shows back to back, you don't even give time to your brain to be insecure, right? Because you are just nervous, and then nostalgia hits, like you said.
Yes. And also, because there's so many people doing so many shows, where good, bad, amazing, excellent, poor, whatever, you're like, theek hai. Like, you don't feel insecure because you don't feel like everyone's looking at you. There's too many people to look at. So you're like, okay, I'll quickly do work now because I'm not very important here. Maybe I can learn something, and then you feel good. Yeah.